All right. Call the special meeting to order.
All right, you should be good to go.
And we'll have Brenda Barsi lead us in the prayer.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion that the Board of Mayor and Burgesses refer to the joint boards of Mayor and Burgesses and Board of Finance a transfer request of the 2024 surplus of $1.77 million to the Borough Undesignated Capital Reserve Account as recommended by Controller Allison W. Bruce.
Second the motion.
All right, now we have a minor issue here. It's 1.7 million, not 1.77 million.
Shall I revise my motion?
Amended.
I will amend it to 1.7 million.
Second motion.
Second agrees.
You got to go with the exact 1,706,000.
Right now, we're going with 1.7.
Okay, right. Let's check.
So, by way of discussion, first of all, this is what we went over at our last meeting. This is a transfer of our surplus from 2024 to the undesignated capital reserve account, preparing the way for us to use that sum with other sums in the account already for capital budget for the 25-26 fiscal year. So there's really no change on that. Any questions, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion that the Board of Mayor and Burgesses refer to the joint boards of Mayor and Burgesses and Board of Finance a transfer request of $992,000 from the Board of Education Designated Capital Reserve to the Borough Undesignated Capital Reserve Account as recommended by Controller Allison W. Bruce.
Second motion.
Okay, so again, this is a transfer of money that's already in our capital reserve account, but it's designated for Board of Education projects. So we're taking that money and transferring it from designated to undesignated in the same account, and we will use that money for the smaller capital projects and larger ones, and work on with Emily and our team to get our reimbursements back into that account and keep trying to grow. So there's no new news on that. It's exactly the same as we discussed. The only thing that's a little new, and I don't know if it's new or revised, but it's an evolving scenario, is the manner in which we will take control of the facilities. And we're working on it all the time to make it better. Got a good jump on it. But what it looks like now is that each school principal and the key janitor in each building will be the ones to make requests for repairs and capital items. There will be a borough employee who will not be in the union, who will report to the town, who will be the contact person if things can't be handled by the janitor or the maintainers. The maintainers are in a union, and those positions are there will be an additional person who will supervise what's to be done at the next level for Board of Ed buildings and town buildings, and be part of the town team with access to everyone on the town side and we intend to work as a team to make all our facilities better.
Will they be the last word? They have the level of authority that if they come to Board of Ed and say, here's what needs to be done, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Be on their
Board of
counter.
Ed in the equation, the town will be in charge of the facilities. Neither the Board of Ed nor the central office.
So who's gonna decide if the maintainer can do something or it has to go?
Well, if the maintainer can't do it, then the principal will say, we need help. And they will call this person. And by the way, no one has been selected yet, so, and that person ultimately will report to me, but there'll be a lot of people in between. Jim Stewart, Ned Massacott, Bill Hersman, Ned Dalton, our entire team, as well as our approved vendors, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, etc. So the notion is that the town will oversee all facilities, interior for the capital, exterior for the grounds. The park department will assist and supplement the work done by the schools. And the idea is to make a team. A 5-year capital committee will remain in place and handle all the big projects for the Board of Ed and the town. And that's where it is today. We're open to suggestions, and we're going to try and make it so it works, and it will work. They need some nurturing as we go.
So the board of Ed is keeping their existing maintainers? They have to agree on that.
I would say it this way, they're in a union, and we will follow the law as far as how that.
There's too many turnovers.
I'm betting a lot of the work is probably outside vendors anyway, coordinating vendors. So should we be transferring some of the money that just went into the undesignated capital reserve as a salary for this new position?
No,
If it's a new position, or
no,
it might be a current position?
it's going to appear in our budget. It's a separate line. And I'm still working on the final nuances. So the mill rate will still go down 2 votes, and there's still some moving parts. And I would like to announce some good news today, apparent good news. The legislature has, the Appropriations Committee has decided to provide extra funding for special education.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, so if you remember, we estimated we were going to get 300,000. Then they took that away, and now what they're talking about is 3 or 4 times larger than what it was before. So it could be in the 900,000 to $1 million range. So it's a good situation.
Good.
Improved.
Good. Yeah. 124 million they added to the access statewide, and
69 towns.
8 point,
No, it's more than that. Way more than that.
124.
It used to be 24.
They added 124 million.
Yeah, they added 124.
Yes.
So the original.
So the original number was 40 million.
Yeah,
They added 124, so that's 3 times bigger.
right, yeah, so they moved their guardrails to do that, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
They,
No,
they
It's
also,
never over until it's over.
Oh, absolutely.
It looks rosier.
It looks
than
nice
it's
on paper,
Yeah.
but you gotta get it in pocket first before you do
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah. but they also approved more bonding, so that's gonna be part of the appropriation at the state level.
All right. Any questions or discussion on item 4? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Just an announcement, if if you didn't get the notice, we'll be having a short rural board meeting on Monday night, immediately preceding the joint boards meeting. And at that meeting, we won't be making another referral to the joint boards of motion dealing with the current fiscal year. And we're working on it with the auditor. And again, there's a lot of moving parts. What I just said about the new appropriation bill could impact that. So we have between now and Monday night to figure it out. Our lobbyists, all our people in Hartford are getting as much information as we can. But this is hot off the press. So it's good news. We don't know the exact numbers. The plan would be to get everything lined up. So Monday night we can, let's say, present the budget, finalize the budget, knowing that we're going to have more time to tweak it as we go through the public hearing process and the final adoption process. But it's good to get it as close as we can before it goes to the public hearing.
So the Board of Ed has a budget workshop today. I asked them how big the gap is. I'm asking you because I keep hearing different numbers.
Well, they have different numbers. I'm going with the numbers that they told me and we relied upon. And, you know, they can make the gap as big as they want. At the end of the day, they're going to get the allotment we have. Now, it looks better now because there's more money.
I hear that.
And you know what? That will lead to a discussion as to exactly what we're going to do. If they have extra money there, you know, we're going to have a discussion on Monday night.
Right. Okay.
But having more money is always better than having less. So
I would absolutely agree with that.
I learned that in finance school.
You did. Day one.
All right. You're in vote. Right? Yeah, let's go.
Motion to recess to executive session at 7:57 PM, I'm sorry, 6:57 PM for discussion on the following: collective bargaining, police union, and pending litigation.
So I'm stopping recording now?
Yes.
Yes.
Just text Lisa, text one.
Did we stop and stop?
Not yet. We're gonna have to get back.
Well,
He's gonna call
we
me.
have Bob.
He's gonna call me.
Okay,
Yeah, I can still hear you guys.
Bob,
Megan, I'll call you.
Okay, thank you.
Mike,
I'm here.
I think I do.
Mike, what's your cell phone number, Mike?
I think you said you did.
I have.
You talk about my cell phone?
Yes.
I have.
Oh, okay, we have it. So we're gonna call you on your cell.
Text her, Lisa, to text her.
Okay.
Who said okay?
Mike.
Bob, who?
Bob.
Probably start in a couple of seconds.
Hello?
Hi, Mike. We'll start in a couple seconds, I'm sure. Okay. Yep.
We have, yeah, why don't we put over?
I don't know if you heard that, but he's not too happy about working tonight. We gotta
Well,
mute
you
for a
for
minute.
5 minutes, all right?
Thank you, text message.
Yeah, we got it. All right, you run the show until I get there, all right? So,
Motion of the Board of Mayor and Burgess. Hold on, wait a second.
this is the first mistake of the year, right?
Oh, darn. Give me a second.
Reconvene the special meeting at 7:13.
Glad they didn't second it,
And, no,
Motion that the Board of Mayor and Burgess authorize the mayor to enter into a MOU with the police union as discussed in executive session.
second motion.
all right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And if we want to stay on for 1 or 2 minutes, does anyone want to make any comments or thoughts on what we just learned about additional money coming to the Board of Education from the state legislature? It's by no means final, but it looks like they are going to get, I'm going to say somewhere between 300 and 1,000 and $1 million from the state. There's some questions. It's not final, but it's something that we have to factor into our decision, all of our decisions. And again, it impacts the current fiscal year and their potential deficit, and also the budget for 25-26. So I think, in my mind, the extra money is good news, but we just don't know how much yet. And also remember that on Monday night, we're going to conclude a budget that will be sent to the joint boards for approval, and then go to a public hearing. We're going to have between Monday and the public hearing, and even after the public hearing, until May 14th, make any final tweaks. Assemble all the new information, but time is running short, and we will get the best information we can so we can make informed decisions. Any thoughts?
I'll say that's great news. I'm just not familiar with what cuts they made from special education, and it just will make up for it. Let's bring that back for the.
No, it's not. It doesn't work like that. They're not making any cuts from special education, and they sort of can't. What this does is it gives that, it's an excess cost grant where, because they went over in their spending, the state will supplement a portion of what they went over. So it's money that would either reduce the deficit in the current year or give them more money in the next fiscal year. So it's going to be one of the two.
Really can't touch.
Yeah.
And I hope it's not, that we reimburse for excess costs, because,
It is.
yeah, well, what's bad about that is you can't count on that money. They run out, the state runs out of money in their budget, you don't get your excess.
Well, they always get it. They get it. Don't forget, it doesn't come in until the year is over.
I know. I know,
It's very hard to track.
exactly. Exactly. It's a bad way to do business. Nobody's asking me, so I should stop.
Doesn't mean you're wrong.
No, it doesn't, yeah.
All right,
Be nice to
so
know it's there.
let's,
Watch it like a business, right?
hearing no comments or questions, we'll proceed to item 7.
Motion to adjourn at 7:16 PM.
Second motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.